Hey, howdy, hey, you're on with the Juice Man, and this is Boat Game. Now, since I'm not a gigantic whale, I don't have the Stalingrad, but I have a friend who does. We are joined tonight in the Stalingrad by a Mr. SusChungus, good friend of mine, who hit the 100,000 doubloon super prize on the Santa crates, and thus converted 2 million global XP and bought the Stalingrad. He was gracious enough to send this game over to me, and I feel it's a pretty good showcase of what this ship is capable of. So, without further ado, let's get into the game. We are on the northwest spawn of Two Brothers. We are joined by Yamato, Suzuya, and a Yudachi. And one of the quirks of this map is 40 seconds into the game, the enemy team is spotted. I think the only maps where you get spotted faster than Two Brothers are Shards and maybe... no, that's also Shards. Wargaming Fix Your Spawns. Our opening salvo on the Iowa wasn't too bad, 3 shell hits for 9,000 damage. It's the follow-up salvo that ends up doing a lot better. As we can see, a Citadel and 4 pens on a fairly well-angled Iowa. Now, I'd say don't get used to shots like that, as this Hipper is going to be, so to speak, tanking the Stalingrad for the duration of this game. Our Yudachi's in a fight with a Gearing over there, and Mr. SusChungus over here decides it's a good time to slap that radar. And lo and behold, there is the ZF-6. Now, one of the downsides of the Stalingrad, if you'd call it a downside, is that it's only equipped with armor-piercing shells. There's no high explosive. But these shells have a pretty high alpha, so overpens still tend to do quite a bit of damage, as the ZF-6 goes down to an expertly aimed blind fire. Torpedoes incoming from the ZF-6, perfectly timed to show off the maneuverability of the Stalingrad. Now, don't get me wrong, we are going to eat 1 torpedo here, but this thing actually manages to swing itself around just in time to miss a second. Another good hit on the Iowa, but not the big Citadel hits that we're looking for. Now, this Hipper is giving quite a bit of angle, but not quite enough angle to negate all of the damage from the Stalingrad, but no Citadels, and Hipper itself is a pretty hard Citadel to hit, especially at this kind of range. Now, this Gearing's Torp game has been pretty good so far. That's the second Torp the Sus has taken today, but truthfully, the Stalingrad having 65,000 hit points makes it pretty hard to sink. Now, because Stalingrad's covered in 32 and above millimeter armor, Hipper's doing the right thing shooting high explosive at it, but it's still pretty ineffective. Our second radar of this game reveals the location of the Gearing, who is right at the point of radaring, slipping behind a rock. But instead of running away, that gearing is going to continue to re-engage, and then disengage and re-engage until his inevitable sinking.
Торпеды прямо по курсу.
There's torpedo number 3.
У нас пробоина. Набираем воду. Неполадки устранены. Сконцентрировать огонь на указанной цели.
Another really good hit on the gearing there. 5 overpens. Follow-up shot, not so good. Now the Suzuya, who is camping at the very edge of the map, requesting support from the Udachi, made me chuckle a little bit the first time watching this through, as the gearing goes down.
Вражеский эсминец уничтожен.
Now, the Hipper makes a pretty big mistake here, overturning and showing a little too much side to the StalinCHAD, eating almost 9,000 damage. With the Hipper gone, it is time to turn around and defend the base from this Yamato that is pushed up the middle. And Yamato can't be the first one in that base. I don't think he's close enough yet. So that tells me that that destroyer found his way over here too. At this point, Yamato seems reluctant to push, and we've been spotted, and it's certainly not by the Yamato. We have found the enemy Kagero. Look at that dispersion. Those shells were guided by the hand of Stalin himself. With the Kagero sitting comfortably in a smokescreen, Yamato decides it's his time to shine and he's going to start pushing forward. Yamato kind of seems a little bit oblivious because he's pulling out flat broadside to a Stalingrad. Oof. 42,000 damage and 4 citadels. And this thing's going to be reloaded again in 8 seconds. This Yamato really did not think through what he was doing with this play. And for 2 more citadels and 12,000 damage, that's the end of that Yamato. Now, we're on 3 kills, and that kill on the Iowa earlier this game got nicked, and that would have put us up for a Kraken, but it's no worries. There's 3 ships left. 2 of them are over here. Kraken's still on the table. Good hit on the Kagero. Not good enough.
5 минут до конца боя.
Now this salvo here, this one made me hurt a little bit. Those shells cleared the island. Would have been kill number 4, but Kavaros got it, and Kraken is no longer on the table. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're nearing the end of the game. We are at 154,000 damage and counting. Still in Alaska out there. 7 citadels. It's high caliber, Confederate. It's looking like a pretty good ship. Now, 80,000 doubloons worth it? Seems a little steep. There are people that definitely did whale it, and there are people that are still going to whale it, but I don't know. I think 2 million's a little steep. If this is the standard for new legendary premiums, then I gotta say I'm a little disappointed. I would have been happy with, say, 1.5 million, as tier 7 premiums for global XP are only 750,000, so tier 6 premiums, like the Atlanta, 500,000. So, I don't know, a million would have been fair for the scaling if legendary ships weren't hard to grab in the first place. I just think 2 million's a little steep. Now, 5 seconds until this game is over. 162,000, about to be more. Shot out at the Alaska. Kill number 4. This game is over.
Крейсер врага потоплен.
And we finish this game with 167,829 damage, 78 shell hits, 4 kills, 7 citadels, all you really care about, Confederate, First Blood, High Caliber, and of course 3,095 base XP. This has been a great showing of what the StalinCHAD is capable of, and another big thank you to Mr. SusChungus for sending this game over for me to talk about. And to all of you watching, thank you for watching right to the end. And just a quick plug, I've got my own Discord server now. I'm going to drop the link to that in the pinned comment. You should definitely join that. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace out.